Welcome back to match day 2 of the Europa League. Let's have a look then at the latest scores and results from the early kickoffs in the Europa League. Then BATE Borisov have lost 4-2 to Arsenal in Group H, and in the other game in that group it's almost finished, but Red Star Belgrade are beating Cologne by 1-0. It's full time between Salzburg and Marseille. Red Bull Salzburg winning that one in Group I. And Athletic Bilbao losing 1-0 to Zoria. That'll be the first time Bilbao have failed to score at home in Europe for the first time since 2014. Hertha Berlin have lost to Graham Potter's Ostersunds. That makes it 2-2 for the Englishman's side. The German side's not doing well in European football this week. Lazio winning 2-0 as well, and Rosenborg beating Vardar 3-1. Nicholas Bentner scoring from the penalty spot in that one. So let's see how Group H stands then after Arsenal's victory in Belarus. They are topping the group in control with 6 points. Red Star in second with 4 points from their opening 2 games. And it's a double header against Red Star for the Gunners next up. And watching with me in the studio, Jermaine Genus and Martin Keown. Jermaine, that was certainly an entertaining game, really open. How do you sum that up from Arsenal?
I think there's some positives for Arsene Wenger to take out of that. Obviously, the younger players that came into the fold, I thought, performed very well. 90 minutes for Jack Wilshere as well is another huge positive. But they made it a lot harder than it should have been. You know, they were cruising at one stage, but you do have to factor in the fact that, you know, it was a team made up of players that haven't really had 90 minutes of competitive football, apart from probably El Neni. So those latter stages of the game, they really do burn when you've not really been to that place, which you kind of seen in the performance towards the end. But yeah, positive, I thought. I think
we should say as well, congratulations to those young Arsenal players. Come through the academy, all those nervous parents sitting at home.
Big occasions
their kids
tonight,
playing miles away from home. I thought all of them were magnificent in the way they played, particularly Nelson. There's a big future there. He looks a wonderful talent. So Wenger will look at that. Nurturing the youngsters is all important. Some good minutes, I think, for Jack Wilshere, who is a great driving force for Arsenal. He has something a little bit extra in the locker. Disappointed a little bit with Theo Wilcock, if I'm honest, you know, in some of the decision making in the final third, which Wenger won't be entirely happy with. But all in all, it's a good night's work for Arsenal.
Well, they took a 3-1 lead into the second half, soon went 4-1 up from the penalty spot. John in commentary didn't think there was too much in this, Jermaine.
Yeah, I mean, initially...
He's got his shirt.
He has, yeah, but initially I could understand why John said it. It seems so innocuous that... But you can see there, as it's just been highlighted, the referee's indicated that there has been a pull on the shirt. As he turns, he's literally dragged Mustafi towards him. And it's the right decision. You know, he is holding him to the ball. Well, he's got his hands on him there. And then this is the point. There. Yeah. Pulls him towards him. And the referee's in a great position to spot it. And, you know, if it's something the referees are clamping down on, then so be it. And obviously, Giroud had the opportunity to score his 100th goal for Arsenal.
He did in 237 appearances, just 2 quicker than Robin van Persie. He's the 19th Arsenal player to do it, Martin. He's been a great servant. I know he's had his critics, but what an achievement.
Yeah, magnificent. Anyone who gets 100 goals for Arsenal, I think it's 27 off the bench. Tonight he starts. He does look better coming off the bench. There is that sort of player. But he's been very important to Arsene Wenger, and tonight he got his goals.
But you've got to give credit to BATE. They hadn't lost at home in Europe in 7 games, and they kept fighting, Martin, didn't they? And got back into it, just when you thought it was finished.
They did, but, you know, the big man, Pep Mertesacker there, if that was me there, I'd be disappointed I didn't really win that crunching tackle. This was the opportunity now for the senior players to sort of see the job through. And it's a ball he should really have won, but... To say Arsenal were too good, but looking at it here, this is what I'm talking about. Win that ball, give everything you've got into that challenge, and then of course they score.
A bit of the defending there, making you squirm in that second half. We can hear now, though, from Theo Walcott, one of the senior players in that team tonight. He's with Andy May.
Theo, well done. The manager made a lot of changes, but for the majority of that match, it was comfortable and dominant, wasn't it, for Arsenal?
Yeah, you know, I felt we pressed well, we attacked very well as a unit, especially in the first 60 minutes. We were very steady. Obviously, we were disappointed in the goals we conceded. With the structure we play, we don't want to be conceding sloppy goals like we did. But on the other hand, when you score 4 goals away from home, you're always likely to win games. So we're very pleased with that.
How does an attacker feel after a match like that when you come away with 2 goals? Are you pleased with that, or are you a little frustrated you didn't get the hat-trick?
Obviously, being a forward, you want to score as many goals as you can. Obviously, there was a chance for me to take the penalty, but knowing that Olivier was on 99 goals, felt like he would. It's a great moment in his career to get 100 goals for Arsenal. I've achieved that myself, and I know the feeling. It's brilliant. So that was why he took the penalty. Like I said, there was chances, but we can't be too selfish.
Very kind of Theo Walcott there, letting Giroud take that pen for his 100th goal. Let's talk Reece Nelson, because 17 years old, a tough place to go and play football. How impressed were you with his performance?
I thought it was brilliant. I really did. I thought, the fact that he's a forward, really, and, getting on the ball, look at that, the confidence that he was showing in the early stages of the game, and the fact that he was asked to play right wing back, and the understanding that he showed in that position was brilliant. Played his part in this opportunity for Theo Walcott. Just there, and it was just throughout the game he was just doing certain things where you can see it in some players. You don't need to watch them for long. You just look at them and go, yeah, you understand it, you've got a level of confidence about your game. Look at these little shimmies like that just say he doesn't feel pressure. I mean, you don't when you're younger, but he doesn't. And I suppose this is the thing that really impressed me. I mean, good opportunity for BATE. They got himself into a good defensive position and blocked the shot, but he impressed us throughout the whole night, didn't he, Mark?
Listen, these are the sort of touches that you often see or associate with a Neymar and a top player. He breezes past players. Wenger will know the quality he has. He's looked after him there. He's taken him off, and that's been a great night. 17 years of age. It's quite phenomenal, the ability this boy has.
And another man who had a great night was Jack Wilshere. Really impressive, pulling the strings, and at the heart of everything Wilshere, Arsenal did, certainly in that first half.
We know that Jack is about consistency of his health. He's got through the 90 minutes, which is great for him. He's always been a wonderful talent. Wenger, most of all, we're really pleased to see him back, and he's available for Arsenal, and that's really good news. He's had some dreadfully bad luck. He's the sort of shining light for these young academy players. He's been through that journey. And the more Arsenal players they get through, and that's why I'm particularly pleased tonight to see all those kids in there. Arsenal.
And he's such a good player to watch, isn't he? It's so nice to see him back.
Definitely,
like that.
Yeah. And in the moments this evening when it got really tough and the pressure was on, he was the one that relieved the pressure. Give me that ball, I'll hold on to it, I'll keep it, and I'll make sure that we stay. I'll have some level of control in this game, and that's exactly what he did. I thought it was a fantastic night's work from Jack Wilshere.
And a great night for Arsenal, winning 4-2, but there's more still to come here on BT Sport 2.